Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, what's happening, Facebook family? Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide, and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa, Bryan+Post. Hope everyone's having a fantastic, manic Monday. I don't know if you had a chance earlier in the day to catch me. Was doing a little presentation for a Peaceful Parenting Summit. I thought it was really good. And so you can go back and check on that. And then also I want to just tell you guys in the link of this episode is how you sign up. My adoptive moms, calling all my adoptive moms, how you sign up for Kelly Belt's 8-week Perfection, Connection Over Perfection workshop. Kelly Belt being an adoptive mom herself, clinician, a podcast host, and just all around amazing individual, and one of my post-parenting mentees is going to be putting on this 8-week online course for adoptive moms, just going over everything adoptive moms need to hear to feel supported and to have breakthroughs with their children. And I will be also doing a little special segment during that 8 weeks for Kelly, so you'll get to have a little up close and personal time with Big Papa. But go to the link, and then for everyone who registers, all of my posties who register through that link, use the code POST. POST. I want to say POST baby, but it's really just POST. I don't want anyone getting confused. So just use the code POST, all caps, and you get $100 off. So Kelly is giving all my posties, my postie mamas, my adopted, my beautiful adopted mamas, giving you $100 off her 8-week Connection Over Perfection 8-week course. So do go and check that out. So I'm going to skip right over here. I had a message from a mama who picked up Fear to Love. So when you pick up Fear to Love, one of the things you get also is pretty much a 16 video series, email series. So it's some specific videos I've picked out and broke down to kind of walk you through a little bit of process. And so Julie had a question. She said, my daughter was adopted from China because we're still in Adoption Awareness Month and has been with us 6 years. Julie doesn't say how old she is now. She is a stuffer. She has two emotions, happy and angry. I know she needs counseling, play therapy, but what can we do as her parents? Her response to simple correction is attitude and lots of anger and yelling. It breaks my heart because I know she doesn't understand why she is so angry and where her emotions are coming from. Beautiful question, Julie. Beautiful, beautiful. Actually, Julie emailed this to me. So as soon as the Daily Dose is done and all processed, I'm going to copy and paste the link from tonight's episode, and I'm going to email it right back to Julie, and I'm going to say, hey, Julie, I'm listening to you. Big Papa's listening to you. So here's the thing. I'm going to go out on a limb and think that the child's kind of pretty young. So you adopted her from China, I'm imagining, as an infant, and she's now 6 years old. It doesn't really matter what age she is, and that's really important that you guys need to remember. It's not the chronological age, it's the emotional age. It's the emotional age that's important. When we stress, we regress. And so a lot of times you have children adopted from China, or adopted from anywhere, Russia, it doesn't matter, and it's not the emotional age. It's not the chronological age. It's the emotional age, because the emotional age dictates to the cognitive and the chronological. So Julie says she's a stuffer. Her daughter's a stuffer. Angry and happy are her only two emotional expressive states. And what that just indicates is that indicates a child who's still developing an effective regulatory capacity. And you say anger. The book is from Fear to Love, Julie. You have to reframe You have to reframe anger, and this is really important for you guys. You have to reframe anger, and you have to see fear. We have to pay a lot of attention to those words we use, because words have power. And when you see a child is being angry, you immediately want to repel. And as soon as you repel emotionally, you're emotionally abandoning and withdrawing from the child, which is a part of the dynamic. The child, because of her early circumstances, doesn't have an effective oxytocin ability in the presence of stress. And then she has all these dynamics around fear of rejection and fear of abandonment. So when she gets stressed, and here's what a stressor is. A stressor, Julie says, her response to a simple correction. A simple correction is a stressor, because a simple correction means I'm not good enough. And if a simple correction means I'm not good enough, then a simple correction means you might abandon me. You might not love me anymore. You might not want me in your home. If I'm not perfect, that's what Kelly says, connection over perfection. Sign up for that 8-week course. If I'm not perfect, then I am going to be rejected and abandoned. And so the child is going from these highs to these lows because she hasn't developed that regulatory experience. Now, and it leads to lots of anger and yelling. Now, here's the thing. Here's where we mess up. When our children get triggered, right, in their own fear and their own overwhelm. So we're not going to look, you can see anger all you want, but I want you to know the fear underneath, because that's the only thing that keeps you from repelling. That's the only thing that keeps you from getting stressed and overwhelmed yourself. If you see anger, you're also experiencing rejection. You're seeing rejection. You're feeling rejection. When she's yelling at you, when she's angry, you're feeling rejected. She's feeling rejected. You're feeling rejected. That's why you have to stop seeing anger. You have to see fear, because when you see fear, it doesn't cause you the same internal reaction, and it won't make you feel so rejected. When you can see fear, then you can see that she's coming from a place of hurt and a place of helplessness and a place of overwhelm. And when you can see that, then instead of feeling repelled, you'll actually feel more compassionate. So when she gets angry, and this is where most parents mess up, is when she gets angry, you get stressed, and the first thing you want to do is control, suppress, or change. And that can come across in a gentle way. My friend Leslie calls that, future co-author Leslie calls that stress model fear-based perspective, where we're saying all the right words, like we're saying the nice things, and we seem really calm, but it's still coming from a place of stress. Anytime you need to control, suppress, or change, it's coming from a place of stress. So when she gets angry, you want to calm the anger down. That's where most parents mess up, because what they're actually wanting to do is make the anger go away. When you're wanting to make the anger go away, then you're not honoring her, because you're feeling overwhelmed by her expression. And then because you're trying to make the anger go away, you're not connecting with her emotionally. So here's what you do. You give her a simple correction. She goes, blah! You say, oh my gosh, honey. Or first of all, maybe you don't say anything. We're breathing, right? And then you look at her, you say, you're okay. Mama loves you. You're okay. You're my sweet child. I love you very much. And then just walk away. Walk away. Give her a little space. Give her a little space. Give her brain an opportunity to go, rah! Because what her brain is doing is, as soon as you give her that simple correction, her brain does this. She's defensive. She's got to protect herself. She's got to fight for her survival. Come on. She's got to be ready. So that's why you gotta, whoa. But see, I'm not going, whoa, I'm not being repelled because I'm like, oh, you're a bad kid. You think I'm a bad parent? Oh my gosh. I'm just like, whoa, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you. I love you. We're okay. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. Come here. Come here. Give Mama a hug. Come here. Hair stroking, hair stroking, hair stroking. And that little moment, that little interaction, that little experience right there, you're turning on her oxytocin response. It's just like an infant who gets momentarily freaked out, and you calm them down. That's the same thing you got to do with her. And you want to start now. You want to start now. What you don't want to do, see, this is so important. You call her a stuffer, but she gets angry and yells. See? That's what we miss. We say our children are stuffing, but in fact, they're not stuffing at all. We end up stuffing them because the moment she gets angry and yells, we stuff them because we don't want that expression. Instead of saying, give it to me, I'm here, I can take it, mama can take it, mama can take it. Mama can take it. If you need to yell, mama can take it. I'm here. Mama's not going to let my little baby be all by herself and cry herself to sleep anymore. Mama's not going to let my little baby be hungry and be upset and be scared all by herself anymore. Mama's right here. Go ahead and let it out. Give it to me. Come on. Let it go. Let it go. What? You're always asking me to do stuff. I know. Keep telling me. Well, I know. We'll get through it. Bam. Boom. Mic drop. You guys been following Kanye West? So I'm on this Kanye West kick. Kanye is evolving psychologically and spiritually. It's really pretty interesting. And so he did this interview with David Letterman on Netflix. Watch it. It's so interesting because it's so hard to hear. It's so hard to hear what he's saying unless you're listening. And most people don't want to hear what he's saying. But if you'll listen, because some of what he's saying is what you guys are already dealing with. And then he finally says, in this one beautiful moment, there's only two emotions, love or fear. It was beautiful. So I'm going to start this whole thing. I'm going to start kind of breaking down everything that Kanye's, he's in the whole spiritual zone with the music and everything. He was at Joel Osteen's church last night. It's just fantastic. I just love it. And I'm going to call it Yeezology. Yeezology is the psychology, this Kanye West psychology. And it's just beautiful. And I feel like, because, he's had some mental health issues. His mom died. He had, nervous breakdown, was hospitalized. He's diagnosed bipolar. And it's just fantastic. Watch the Kanye West, David Letterman Netflix and be on the lookout for what Big Papa's going to start dropping connected to Yeezology. I just think it's just a really cool opportunity. Anyway, I digress. Hey, Julie, I hope that's helpful. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed too much. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Just watch some more daily doses. Watch this one again. Really just practice, implement it. Do this for a couple weeks. You're going to see probably 50% reduction in the outbursts. And she's going to, over time, that oxytocin response is going to keep turning on. Keep nurturing on her. Keep loving on her. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So just keep working on it and don't worry too much. Keep the worry dial down because the worry dial is controlled by cortisol. And as long as the worry dial's up, you're sending off a vibration of stress. As long as you're sending off a vibration of stress, she's feeling rejected, abandoned, not good enough. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep the love dial You want to keep the love dial turned up, and that's the oxytocin dial. So, all right, guys. Big Papa loves you. God bless each and every one of you. Remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. We can continue to react from our same imprints of stress, fear, and overwhelm, or we can stop. Breathe with me. We can take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and we can choose love. And I want you to choose love. All right, we'll talk to you soon.